5 of building a custom trading bot with AI. Super sick, right? I'm gonna add our friends from Instagram real quick. And again, today you could see we are vertical. So I'm gonna try to cut this up into shorts later. Hopefully you don't mind. If you do mind, let me know. Interested to hear your thoughts. But again, this is day 5 of launching a custom trading bot using AI. And as always, we're going to be using our trusty AI trading strategy assistant in Arcade. So far we've done these strategies right here. Again, day 5 is upon us. Okay, we just click this button and then ask it to generate 10 strategies. We're going to go one by one through all these, and then after we get done with these, we're going to ask it for more. And then once we get done with those, we're going to ask it for more. And this AI could give us basically infinite trading strategies, which is a really cool thing. As you can see here, boom, I asked for 10, here's 10, right? Let's see which ones we have done and we haven't done. So we have the crossover strategy, estimate crossover, so we don't need to do that one. Overbought, oversold, we have that one taken care of. We have never done the Bollinger Band squeeze. Cool. We did the MACD crossover, and we had the mean reversion, but the mean reversion doesn't seem to be on here. So totally new. So let's build a trading bot using the Bollinger Band squeeze. And so what we're going to do here is basically see, right, what questions to ask us, right? I've never used this strategy before in my life. So we're just going to try our best, right? We're going to do 5 minute. No, like me personally, I'm a position trader, but for these videos and for like the purpose of the demonstration, I really like to do like the shorter time frames because it kind of shows results really, really quick, good or bad. We get to see what's working and what's not, right? So I'm going to answer 5 minute time frame. It's just so we can launch this thing, and hopefully by tomorrow we'll have some trades. It is already 12:51 my time in California. So we may not have a lot of time today, but hopefully by tomorrow and the market, we'll have some. So we know we're using Bollinger Band squeeze strategy, but we need to define it more precisely. For instance, what conditions should trigger an entry? So again, I have absolutely zero idea about this strategy. Literally have never used it before. I've had clients use it. Me though, I'm not an expert on it. I'll admit, right? So let's read this. Should we enter when the Bollinger Band's width reaches a certain low level, indicating a squeeze, and then starts to expand? If so, what exact level should we use? And so what we're going to do here, this is kind of nutty. I don't recommend doing this. I'm just going to say default values. I'm going to say use popular default values. And we'll see if it accepts that. We'll try our best to double down. I don't really feel like, giving it specific values. If you have specific values that you want to test, feel free to let me know. So I understand your preference for profit, but we still need to specify specific numerical values. For instance, a common approach drops below. Yes, proceed, right? So we're just gonna use those default values that it gave us and move on. It's probably gonna ask us now for exit variables. And by the way, cheers, you got a Coke Zero, okay? Back to the OG. So feeling great. Anyways, exit conditions now. What should the strategy determine? So again, we're gonna say use popular default values. So it's literally a game of 20 questions, right? It's like, what do you want to do to enter? What do you want to do to exit? It's just going to ask us these questions back and forth. And it's super simple, right? We just literally tell it what we want. And yeah, so it gave us a take profit and stop loss. Yes, use these, right? Totally fine. We're just going to use default values. I'm not too, I guess like, I don't care. This is not my strategy that I use, right? We're just testing out a new strategy, right? But if it's you and you're trading, I recommend taking your time and understanding what's going on. And again, for the time restriction, you could trade 24/7, or you could have very specific values, like trade at Thursday for a 15-minute window, right when market opens, right? Like you can really specify exactly what you want, right? But for us, it's going to be 24/7, just like that. And you can see the green button already lit up, which is amazing, but we're going to let the confirmation hit before we press that button. Cool. So it just gives us a quick summary of what we want, right? And so this strategy is on the 5-minute time frame. Enters when the Bollinger Band width drops below 2% of the price, indicating a squeeze, then expands by 10%. As a condition, take profit of 2% above the entry price, stop loss 1% below the entry price. Time restrictions, none. The strategy will operate 24/7. And if that looks good, let's press generate strategy, which it does. And now is the part where, the cooks start cooking in the kitchen. Things are moving. The gears are turning. You extract the rules, right? This AI is taking what we just input, extracting the rules, generating the code, right? And again, this took months of time, right? Just the meeting, when we used to meet as a software development agency, we used to meet with clients to get their instructions, right? That meeting used to take an hour, right? But now in a matter of minutes, we've already generated the code. The AI now is refining the structure, and shortly here, it'll be absolutely complete, right? And what I mean by refining the structure, it's getting ready to actually to be as optimal as possible, right? So I'm really excited to see what the results are. If you have a question, like want to test a specific strategy, feel free to let me know in the comments. I'm eager to kind of test out new strategies. If not, I'm just going to continue letting the AI give us its recommendations, and kind of see what it gives us, right? We have a couple good strategies already, right? We have the crown here, we have a big loser over here, and we have one to watch. But yeah, look, it just launched for us, right? So the Bollinger Band squeeze strategy, all the settings that we want, and we put the 1-minute frame, but let's save this as a 5-minute frame, and then head over to the back test and actually back test this thing. Actually, before we back test, let's make sure we have the Bollinger Band squeeze strategy. This is day 5, Bollinger Band squeeze strategy, baby. So wish us luck. Boom, just like that. Great. So now let's back test this Bollinger Band strategy. We'll stick with Apple just because it's convenient. Over the last 100 days, let's see what it says. Hopefully it doesn't run into an error. I know past couple days we ran into errors, and my engineer had to take care of it, but we'll see about this test here. Cheers. And again, even this like back test, like really what we're doing here is getting all the historical data, price data for Apple over the past 100 days, crunching it, right, with all the calculations of the Bollinger Band squeeze strategy, and then we're going to produce the results here on the screen, right? It's pretty complex, production we got going on here behind the scenes. I know all you see right here is a spinning circle and some pretty nice results here. Profit factor looks amazing. Wow, it's probably the highest profit factor I've ever seen. Win rate looks great, but a 4 profit factor, 4.2 profit factor is absolutely insane. I mean, the chart on the buy and sells look great, and the equity curve, awesome. I mean, yeah, no, I mean, it looks really, really good. All these are pretty big winners. So that there, my friends, is looking really good. Let's test out another one on NVIDIA just to see. And on this one, we'll probably test it. We'll probably run it on NVIDIA or Apple. But if you want to test it on, Bitcoin or, any cryptocurrency, any stocks, any ETFs, you could also do this on options trading super easily, right? But for now, probably just Apple or NVIDIA. But if you have a suggestion, feel free to let me know. Happy to take that into consideration. Excuse me. What a burp. Hey, speaking of burp, cheers. I love Coke Zero, dude. Huge Coke Zero guy over here. Huge Coke Zero guy. Not gonna lie to you. And also, if you could hear my music in the background, let me know, dude. I'm getting used to the whole audio visual setup. Not my forte, but we're working at it. Boom. So NVIDIA is not looking nearly as good. NVIDIA with the Bollinger Band squeeze strategy is not looking nearly as good. 57.1% win rate, 1.27% profit factor. I mean, it's not the worst strategy I've seen, You know what I mean? I've seen horrible, horrendous things, in my life. I've seen literally horrible, horrendous travesties in my goddamn life. So not too bad. What we're gonna do here is launch it on Apple because that looked pretty good. And again, we're gonna stick with just 10%. Okay. We might get into some trouble, some liquidity trouble because we have so many bots live. But this is literally as easy as it gets to launch a bot, right? We just literally click, like we saw this was good, like a 4 profit factor, um, like almost 85% win rate. So let's say we want to run this strategy and test it on paper trading. We just literally click start strategy. Oh, I forgot to click Apple here. So now we can do that, and you can do up to 30 tickers, right? So like that's just one ticker. Now, if I wanted to go and trade 30 tickers, you could do that, right? You can trade 5, 4, 3, however many you want, all on this one platform. And we'll now go into our next, phase, right, of this, day 5, right? We're going to go back through all of the previous days and see what the performance is, right? So number one, we'll check out this demo strategy. This is really not going to be, you know, this was before, this predates the series that we're currently doing. So, it doesn't really count, right? But cool thing is I believe we are profitable, right? Made $566.89. This is after fees. We did encounter, 50 cents worth of fees on this strategy. Again, I call it a demo strategy, but what it really is the SMA crossover, right? Which I think we have again. We have 2 of these. So, but this is running on Apple and it's running on the 1-day time frame. And this other one may be slightly different, right? So, but anyways, that's the demo strategy. We made again $566 there, and then but now is really where it gets into the creme de la creme. This is where, when we started, is this day 0. So technically we're on day 6, not day 5, but hopefully you get the point. We have the 5-minute SMA crossover strategy, and I put blood over here because last time I checked, this strategy fucking sucks, dude. This strategy is the goddamn worst. Now again, it only has taken 1 trade, but we lost $8,665.12. And net of fees. Okay, so we incurred $3 worth of fees. This is atrocious here, right? So and we have 1 open position. We did make 71 cents from this position, so hopefully we regained some ground there. But $8,665 loss. Please, God help me. Okay, redeem my soul. Now, God may have answered our prayers because on this one, listen, it's not the prettiest thing in the world, but it's RSI overbought, oversold strategy. We made $3,357.50 in like 8, 9 days, right? Pretty good stuff there, right? Not angry about that, right? Now we did incur $32 worth of fees, right? But we're still making money, even in addition to those fees, right? So it's worthwhile. Now again, you could go dig deeper into like the numbers here, right? Like a 61.7% win rate, not super great. Obviously, our profit factor is pretty good, right? But if I wanted to go really deep, right, I would go and check the percent gain net of fees, and I would compare that to the benchmark, or like at least the underlying asset, right? On this one, we're trading NVIDIA, right? So like, what did NVIDIA do over the last 8, 9 days, right? Compared to us, right, in our strategy. Now, day 2, I think this one's also profitable, but not incredibly profitable. Oh yeah, hey, look at that, $1,124 in like, again, like 7, 8 days. Pretty good, right? Like that's net of fees, $14 in fees. We have a 61.3% win rate on this RSI divergence strategy. So pretty good, right? Now this one we just launched, so I'm not sure if it's taken a trade yet. This is one to watch, right? Yeah, so no trades yet on this one, no open positions. So unfortunately, I don't have anything to show you here, but I will show you this back test again. I put the eye emoji here because it was a pretty sexy back test, if I remember correctly. And so I'll just kind of show you that. That's why I have the eye emoji here, because it was pretty exciting. I'm not gonna lie. Cheers. Oh yeah, dude. Oh yeah. And again, same thing as last time when I told you about the back test is like, dude, this is like literally grabbing the last 100 days worth of data for Apple. And you could do this with Bitcoin. You could do this with NVIDIA. You could do any Tesla, any ticker, QQQ, any ticker that you could think of, you could do this with, right? And so, I mean, look at this, like 85% win rate, over 2 profit factor. This is definitely one to keep an eye on, right? The day 3 one is looking really, really solid. So we'll keep an eye on this on going forward. And then let's look at the performance of day 4. This may also have not taken no trades. This one is a bloodbath. This one is no good, if I'm being honest with you, right? We'll do the exact same thing here. This one didn't look good, if I remember correctly. This one will take all of our gains and completely erase them. But again, I do this because I love you, and I want you to learn, and I want you to know all the things before you risk anything, right? Like that's why we back test. That's why we check the analytics. That's why we check all the metrics, right? Like it's part of it, right? And so if I could save you some time or give you, a little bit of education here, that's a huge win for me, right? So we'll go ahead and check this out, right? So yeah, 32% win rate. Profit factor is not bad. So, I mean, but the fees are absolutely killer. The fees are going to be killer. I mean, this backtest doesn't include fees, but 500 trades, right? I mean, yeah, good luck being profitable on this one. The fees are going to kill us. So we might need to rename that one to the fee killer. And this is the one we just launched, right? This is the one with an amazing, we had a 4x profit factor and like an 85% win rate. So I'm excited to see what this one does. This one also might need to get the eye emoji, and I might only keep a certain amount live because again, like liquidity issues and stuff like this. But yeah, like I think it's important to, like, I don't want to overwhelm you guys as well, right? If I have 100 strategies that I want to, look at the performance of, it's gonna be really, really difficult. So I might just keep, like weekly winners. I might prune some after a week, but let me know what you think. Just like keep the, the worst performing ones and the best performing ones, and just kind of see how they're performing over time. I think that might be a little interesting. But again, let me know what you think. I'm super excited. But that's day 5 of the basically launching a bot with AI. Any other questions you have, feel free to comment below. And again, subscribe, follow, like, and really, if you could share this with someone to show them the new technology, that would be awesome. And we had a couple comments here. So we had someone say, "What is it?" It's AI, right? And this is the first time I've ever gotten a comment on one of these things, so it's really cool. So first comment ever. And it also got so I got 4 comments, but 2 people, right? It's my birthday, NYX Vampire BX. Happy birthday. Sincerely, guys. I sincerely mean that, okay? If you watch this after the fact, happy birthday. And then they asked, who am I teaching and what is it? I'm teaching people who are interested in trading, interested in learning how to trade. And also this is AI trading, right? So basically you prompt the AI, it will build the trading bot for you, and it's really wicked. But again, if you have any additional questions, leave them in the comments below, and cannot wait to keep up with you guys tomorrow. Anyways, talk soon.